Hello and welcome. You are watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Deepika Lingdor bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. Pope Francis has called a marathon of prayer around the world to implore an end to the pandemic and the resumption of social and work activities involving Marian shrines. The sanctuary, Our Lady of Graces of Niza, Monferrato, commonly called by the local population Our Lady, also felt questioned. In this month of May, very dear to the Salesian family, it was decided to reopen, even if in a contingent way, given the situation, the Marian Sanctuary with a series of stages of the marathon. On day 3, dedicated to Sister Teresa Velsa Pantelini, the traditional rosary of 2100 was recited in the sanctuary, a place where, among other things, the Venerable issued the first profession and perpetual profession. This year is the 120th anniversary of her entering among the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians, and activities are underway to remember this event. In May also falls the date of birth to heaven of Maria Domenica Mazzarello, co-founder of the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians FMA, who lived in Niza, Monferrato from 1878 to her death May 14, 1881, making nice the parent house of the institute. The Salesian parish San Domenico Savio of Mandaluyong City launched its own version of community pantry last April 27th on the first day of novena in San Domenico Savio, which the Salesian family celebrated on May 6th. A community pantry is a free service that provides food directly to those members of a community who suffers from a lack of food. As you can understand, in this time of pandemic, it represents a lifeline for many. Supplies in the community pantry are recharged by any member of the community and are left available to anyone who can benefit from it. The basic idea, fully evangelical, is that people can take what they need and donate what they can. The project is led by Don Eduardo Duds Hila, SDB parish priest, although the 17 organization of the parish, the local government units LGU, and many private citizens of the parish participate in collaboration. These have been very busy days spent in recent weeks by Father Gabriel Romero, counselor for the American Conocert region, who is currently engaged in an extraordinary visit to the province San Luigi Gonzaga of Brazil, Recife. From 18 to 23rd, the regional counselor has been staying in Salvador to learn about the rich Salesian presence in the capital of the state of Bahia. After having already had on April 17th a first tourist spiritual taste of the city, Don Romero began the visit on the morning of Sunday the 18th with the Eucharist in the sanctuary of Mary Help of Christians and a subsequent first meeting with a member of the local Salesian family in the structures of the Salesian High School. The following day, he concentrated on animating the Salesian community. Don Romero shared and highlighted with his conference some important points related to General Chapter 28, especially in the development and life of the Educational Pastoral Community, CEP. In a regional reality that sees extensive competition in the field of vocational training, the Salesian Institute of Sesto San Giovanni represents a touchstone and a model to imitate for many. Among the excellences, there is our Institute of Mechatronics, which records an employment index of its graduates equal to 98%, underlines Don Elio Cesari, director of the institute, one of the largest at European level. At the Mechatronic Institute, students often and willingly find a place before they even finish their training. Thanks to the internships, activated thanks to the collaboration with high-level companies that for years have been partners and sponsors of the Salesian Institute, also contributing to the creation of innovative laboratories, where students take their first steps before trying their hand at workshops and multinationals. And if the training offer spans all technological areas, from traditional made-in-Italy sectors to new technologies, from energy efficiency to sustainable mobility, the central element is the connection with the world of work. The employment rate testifies to the goodness of these paths. The second wave of COVID-19 in India, and in particular in Delhi, is very violent. Every phone call we get is a desperate call for help, or it's made to inform us of someone's death. We lost many of our friends and relatives of the staff. Few staff members are in critical situations, but many have been positive. So wrote in a heartbreaking letter the Indian Salesian Don Biju Akiletu, economo of the province of New Delhi. In the first few days, more than 4 lakh cases have been found in the country and about 3,500 deaths per day, the highest number recorded to date worldwide since the beginning of the pandemic. In the capital, all hospitals are in crisis, no beds available, people are piled up in the corridors, equipment and oxygen are lacking. Until a month ago, the wealthiest, the well-off, could find a bed available in the hospital or a doctor who could go to home care. But now, no one can be safe due to the lack of staff and equipment. In the first weekend of May, the meeting of animators of speakers of Salesian province of Warsaw PLE took place, which this year, due to the limitations for COVID-19, took place at the regional level. The animators gathered to spend time together, to form and to know the Lord Jesus in the following of Don Bosco. On Saturday, an online training conference was held for all the participants, organized by Don Simon Mastalers, Salesian in charge of the Emmaus Center in Sir Wings, PLE, which works for young people and vocation. On April 16th, the Damas Salesiana Association ADS of the Santa Maria del Camino Center in Cochabamba donated educational toys, clothes, food and drinks to the girls of the Maria Auxiliadora House in Intoca, managed by the Daughters of Divine Salvator HDS. The activity was successful thanks to the contribution of various benefactors and organization of the Damas Salesianas, who expressed their satisfaction with the moment of happiness they were able to offer to the girls. We see that, despite the pandemic, people are willing to help, and be able to serve and make children and young people happy makes us very happy, said Ms. Jenny Zagada, National President of the ADS. From 23rd to 25th April, as part of the World Day of Prayer for Vocations, almost 200 young people from 14 Christian communities of the parish Christ the King gathered for the first time to be trained and sent for service. They were animated by Salesian Anthony Whale and other men and women religious. On May 1st, the feast of the Salesian province San Giacomo Maggiore SSM was celebrated at local level and with an online meeting with all the communities of the province. The day began with the Eucharist celebrated in every community, with the celebration of the anniversaries of the Salesians and the memory of the deceased Salesians. The moment of the online meeting in the middle of the morning served to connect through the Zoom platform the more than 500 Salesians of 51 communities of the SSL province. During the online meeting, Father Juan Carlos Perez Godoy, Councillor for the Mediterranean region, spoke, who after his greeting recalled some elements on which work is being done in the region, the construction of the same Salesian region, the vocational identity, the insistence on the first proclamation of evangelization and education to the faith. Don Fernando Garcia, SSM Inspector, concluded the event with 2 wishes. Recalling the words of Don Bosco, he asked to make the family spirituality of the early days flourish. He therefore encouraged the participants not to live closed in on ourselves, but to be Salesian present in the life of the houses. Well, dear viewers, that is all we have for you today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.